Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone, and welcome to today's CC-Webinar.live keynote and panel discussion session, and thank you for joining. We also would like to thank Orange for sponsoring today's CC-Webinar.live session. And now I would like to pass on the microphone to Eric to introduce the keynote speaker and later on to moderate the session. For audience, those who are joining us virtually, if you have any questions, please do use the chat box option throughout this panel. That's all from my side. Eric, over to you.
Thank you very much, Laura, and welcome everybody out there. We're happy to be here with from the GCCM Lisbon, and we have this very special webinar with some senior executives from Orange, sponsored by Orange. We're going to talk about the latest in wholesale data connectivity to support the corporate market needs. I cannot do it alone, and as mentioned, some senior executives from Orange are with us and sharing their thoughts with you out there. So I'll give a quick minute to introduce themselves. So François, over to you. Bonjour.
Thank you. Hello, Eric. Hello all. I am very pleased to meet you today. This is a great honor to have it and to have this discussion with you. I am François de Malartic. I am Marketing Director for Data within Orange International Carriers. I'm responsible to develop the data business activity worldwide, covering satellite, terrestrial network, submarine cables also, IP transit and CDN services. So once again, very glad to be with you today and looking forward to a fruitful discussion over the panel and with you directly. Thanks a lot.
Thank you very much, François. Over to you, David.
Hello, Eric. Thanks for having me. I'm super happy to be in this webinar. So yeah, my name is David Pujan. I head sales for the Americas region at International Carriers at Orange. I'm based out of Northern Virginia, close to Washington, DC. And I have, in terms of portfolio, what we do, we have all what wholesalers can do, basically. So I have the mobility, the voice, and also the data and IP services in the region.
Thank you, David. And last but not least, Jean-Louis.
Thanks, Eric. Yes, hello everyone. So I'm Jean-Louis Leroux. I'm VP Head of Planning, Design and Deployment of Orange International Networks. I'm in charge of IP, SD-WAN, voice, and mobile roaming networks for wholesale and B2B markets. And I'm very pleased to be here with all of you today.
Thank you very much, Jean-Louis. And as said, gentlemen, welcome to this webinar. Today, we're talking about how wholesale connectivity solutions can address the specific needs of corporate customers. So, David, if I may ask you, why did you want to address this topic?
Well, Eric, talking to our customers, our wholesalers, telecom operators, ISPs, we realized that there are large B2B customers or very specific segments. Most sectors have undergone digital transformation in the past years, and the pandemic has accelerated that transformation. First, many have had to massively implement teleworking, how their network is used and how the employees access data and applications. How security has to be deployed, especially when these apps are in the cloud. Overall, I strongly believe that teleworking is here to stay, definitely in a higher proportion than before the pandemic. With regards to cloud computing, more and more large companies do not hesitate today to migrate all of their applications into public clouds. The worldwide public cloud services market grew by almost 25% year on year in 2020. So this trend is exacerbated by the pandemic. I mean, many companies are looking to reduce costs and make them more flexible. Cloud computing is one way to do so. So, I mean, this, the cloud computing, this has an impact on connectivity needs. I mean, crafted for applications residing in the in data centers. It's no longer suited for cloud-based services. So companies are looking for other options like SD-WAN, for example. I would say that overall, business models have changed. The digitalization of some industries has accelerated faster than anyone expected. For example, online sales that have doubled at Tesco's, one of Europe's leading retailer during the pandemic. Other activities such as education, even fitness, have proven very successful online. So the digitalization will continue because it's key to survival. It's about being nimble and agile, able to quickly react to changes in the market. A recent IBM survey found that enterprise agility is now a key priority for almost 90%. I would say that, Eric, in the end, corporate companies' expectation is that their connectivity should become more agile and more flexible.
Okay, thank you. Francois, can you add something to it, please?
Yes, and thank you, David. I believe that all this information that David just covered and mentioned relied on the data network. This is true. Wholesalers and operators, we don't like to be seen as only pipe providers, but the pandemic has demonstrated that to be able to deliver network, to deliver capacity is essential and is more essential than before. And this put us Orange as a company, as a wholesaler, but also overall all the players in the market, that put us even more pressure on our customers. Therefore, this is important for us to deliver the best data network we can for our customers, which are themselves supported their customer needs and on the retail business. On network, obviously, we need to be able to carry huge amount of traffic and increasing amount of data. We have seen that during the pandemic, the progression on volume year on year has been huge. We have seen, and it used to be 30 to 40% in the recent years. During the pandemic, we even reached with some of our customers a progression in their volume of 50, even 60% for some of them. So this is really huge. And nowadays, we see more and more corporate companies requiring huge capacity. This used to be the case for our wholesale customers only. Now we see that more and more companies are also asking some huge capacity, which is close to what we see on the wholesale market. So this is very important. We see a growing demand on 100 gig capacity, and this is important. We can deliver that quickly and with agility, like it was mentioned by David. Our customers also need to be, and our network needs to be also deployed worldwide with the wide capillarity, because proximity to customers is key. And we have to make a huge difference in the latency with the quality of service. And I'm thinking here, for example, about the trading companies who place millions of sales and purchase in any single minute. For them, the millisecond is key, and we have to deliver that. We can also talk about the content providers, where people like me and you, and we see also with our children, connecting to OTTs, asking for videos or gaming, and those people are demanding good and enough quality. Otherwise, they will go to another platform. They will chase for another ISP provider. And you may know that Orange is on the wholesale part, but we are also a lot of retail companies, and we know the importance for the retail company to deliver some very good quality of service. Otherwise, people will switch from one to another, and they will lose market share. So this is important. We serve properly the customers and the ISPs, and especially also the operators that are serving also their own customer base. I would say that another critical requirement is security, for sure. The pandemic has shown that we are very vulnerable, and we can be attacked anywhere, anyhow. And the fraud attempt have increased very much in 2020. We could, for example, mention a research study conducted by Deep Instinct that reports that attacks due to malware have increased by more than 350% overall. And for example, the ransom also increased by more than 400% as compared with 2019. So this is, and we understand that, a major concern. Large companies are prime targets. So that's why it is important that we design also our service to protect the corporate market and the enterprise customers of our customers, because large company, we know that they can pay huge ransom. And we have heard what happened recently, for example, to Colonial Pipeline in the USA with a huge attack. So we are talking about ransom that they can pay directly to the people attacking them, but we can also speak about the loss of activities and loss of revenue, loss of business. When your site is blocked for several days, even several weeks, you can lose a lot amount of money, and we need to also deliver the service to ensure to our customers that it will not arrive again. Finally, there is also the question of agility that David touched on. Customization and agility is not usually a wholesale main strength, but the good news is that we are making major development in that area, and wholesale services are becoming much more customer and on-demand oriented. So this is also good news for the corporate market.
Great. Thank you, Francois. So let's dive into all these new developments. I propose that we start with the network capillarity that you mentioned. So Jean-Louis, for you, if you want, how is Orange actually helping its wholesale customers to extend their footprint?
Yes, Eric. So indeed, we observe an important traffic increase in our networks, 40% yearly. And as mentioned by David and Francois, this has been exacerbated by the COVID crisis, with sometimes 50%, 60%, or even 70% increase in some areas. So in order to face this increase, we have invested a lot over the past years in the capillarity and in the footprint of our international IP and CDN networks, because we know that being closer to the customer will make a huge difference in terms of speed, in terms of latency, and globally in terms of quality of experience. So we have been deploying more than 30 new very high bandwidth IP points of presence just over the last 12 months across Europe, Africa, Asia, as well as America. And we have an ambitious target to deploy more than 40 more POPs before the end of 2022. So this is a huge investment. We have also invested massively in transatlantic cables. With the Duno cable, for instance, we are now proposing a new transatlantic connection between the East Coast and France. This is a powerful cable with roughly 12 fibers and 30 terabytes per fiber. That is more than 3 times more capacity than existing cables. And we're investing in other cables. For instance, the Amitié cable between France and US that will be up and running in 2022. And these new cables, they are clearly a necessity because most existing cables they are reaching full capacity. And with the COVID crisis, we see that many operators they have had to buy extra capacity in a hurry, but there is limited room with existing cables to keep growing. So we need to invest and to deploy new cables. And I would say these new cables are also a very good asset for our customers because they provide much more diversity of routes, which is very important to ensure a good reliability and availability of our international network. And regarding content distribution, today we consider that we observe that 60% of internet traffic is distributed through content distribution network, and the so-called CDN. And we are investing a lot in this caching technology. We have today 40 CDN POPs all over the world, and we plan to deploy a lot more POPs to reach 100 POP at target.
Wow, François.
Yes, I believe that in addition to the proximities that Jean-Louis just mentioned, I will add that another of our promise is to make it easier for our customer to extend their footprint, and by acting as a single point of contact for them for a wide coverage. Recently, we have extended our international private line network with off-net destination sourced from major carriers, where we have done some very close partnership with them. And this way, we can offer an end-to-end solution to over 185 destinations worldwide, which is a major milestone for us. And we believe that it is important to serve our customer and to be able really to play the role of to be a single point of contact for them and to make their life easier in ordering and managing their own network. Another major development was the launch also of Joliba at the end of 2020. Well, to be noted that Joliba is the first Pan-African fiber backbone in Western Africa. Joliba is built using a state-of-the-art network that is, and it is very important, that is 100% designed, built, and operated by Orange on our own infrastructure. And this is key in this region to understand that we fully manage, we fully own this Pan-African network. And this is the only condition we believe to be able to provide a very good level of service, especially in this region, which is difficult to connect, and people around the table and in the audience may know what we are talking about when we are talking about connectivity in Africa. This is sometimes not easy to do. On this network, we provide end-to-end Ethernet virtual private line solution with very good SLAs. SLAs in this Joliba network up to 99.99%, for example, which give also the possibility for the customer, enterprise customer, to connect to different cloud platforms wherever they are in the world. So we can now be a single point of contact for sale and operation across multiple countries. Anyone who's had to deal with the management of the operation, once again, of the backbone links in this region, know how difficult it can be. So this is a promise of more simplicity, fastest time to repair, and improved service availability 24 hours, 7 days a week. This is, we believe, truly a very good benefit for our customers and ultimately for the customers of our customers, so the corporate enterprise that we also need to serve.
Okay, thank you, François. David, for you, François touched on the service availability, the time to repair, and SLA, you know, all those elements that contribute to the quality of service. Can you tell us more on how you will deliver this this quality of service?
Yeah, I mean, to add to what Jean-Louis and François was saying, we've recently launched SLAs on our international private line solutions. Now we have an intense range, and we commit to 99.99% availability. We also commit to guarantee time to repair of only 4 hours on P1 incidents that do not include fiber cuts. And to prove to our customers that we are confident in our services, we pay penalties proactively. We fail, we pay. You know, it's simple. Another example is our advanced cloud access options provided with IP transit solutions. That option will provide enhanced SLA for traffic exchange between ISP customer and a public cloud service provider. So advanced cloud access preserves actually backbone capacity and guarantees prioritization of the traffic to the public cloud provider, for example, in case of congestion. So in turn, the ISP can guarantee an SLA to its B2B customer.
Okay, thank you, David. Jean-Louis, can you please add to that?
Yes. So basically, to ensure those SLAs that were mentioned by David, and actually to ensure strong quality of service, first, all our networks, they are fully redundant at both the POP and connectivity levels. This allows handling any single failure without any customer impact. In some destinations, we have even 3 diverse routes to handle 2 independent simultaneous failures. Also, on our international network, we rely on a fast reroute mechanism in case of failure that allows for sub-50 millisecond recovery upon link or not failure. And this allows ensuring very high availability. Then regarding SLA monitoring, today we rely on active probes in order to monitor network performances such as the delay, the jitter, the packet loss, but we are also more and more relying on application monitoring in order to monitor the quality of experience for our customers. That is, for instance, the time to open a web page or the time to access to any public cloud service. Because at the end of the day, this is what the customer will see. This is what the customer will experience. So recently, we have been deploying probes in 30 countries all over the world to monitor the quality of experience towards our customers, as well as towards all major content and cloud service providers. Also, to ensure SLAs, we are introducing new routing technologies within our backbone. This is called FlexAlgo. Basically, FlexAlgo allows to slice your network into several, I would say, virtual planes in order to optimize the transport according to several criteria that can be bandwidth, that can be latency, or that can be any other criteria. And last but not least, we are also introducing artificial intelligence in order to improve the monitoring. Artificial intelligence with machine learning and deep learning algorithms, they will help a lot to detect, to isolate, and to fix any network failures. Thanks to basically, those algorithms rely on the analysis of past behaviors, and they allow detecting what we call gray defects. That is, defects that are not yet impacting customers, but that will be soon impact customers if we don't do anything. So those detection of gray defects allow to anticipate and avoid any customer impact. Because at the end of the day, you will fix the issue before customer traffic is cut. And we have a first deployment in one of our networks. It is in experimental mode today, and we are going to expand with objective at the end to reduce by 30% incident impacting customers using machine learning for anomaly detection and for incident protection. This is a very, very promising area.
Wow, this is really interesting, and so you're doing everything in your power to bring the highest quality of service to your customers. Very good to hear. Francois, to you, wholesale solutions are by nature not flexible and customized. So whereas we all know that one of the challenges of serving large corporations is being able to adapt to very specific requirements, often quite rapidly. I mean, time to market is like fast. So how are you helping your customers on this front?
Yes, this is very important indeed, Eric. I will take the example of our DDoS protection solution. We have developed a B2B option so our customers can resell our solution to their own corporate customers. This is very important, and this is a quick expectation from our customers to have that available. And now we are able to define lower traffic threshold per end customers. For example, for an operator customer, we will define, for example, a threshold at 200 meg. And when the traffic on a port reach this threshold, we block traffic and we send it for mitigation. We have a 3 mitigation platform to cover the world. We have one in Europe, one in South Africa, and one in Singapore. So we can mitigate very quickly, no need to go through the continent, etc. We can mitigate the attack locally, and this is key. But this threshold, 200 meg, for example, that I mentioned, are sometimes too high for an enterprise. So we can define end customer per end customer, a lower threshold, for example, 20 meg or 10 meg. And it's working, and it is perfectly sized to the corporate business and to protect the corporate customers with this kind of attack. It's working really very well. One of our customers started to resell this solution to its own corporate customers 3 years ago. This is something we signed 3 years ago, and we can now claim that this customer has over 70 enterprise customers where he is providing this protection, this DDoS protection for this own customer. We said earlier that security is a major concern for most companies. This is very true, and this has been never true as it has been since the beginning of the pandemic. That's why we also resell Orange Cyber Defense solution to our wholesale customer. You may know that Orange Cyber Defense is the Orange Group entity dedicated to cybersecurity solution for the B2B market. And we can, for example, resell vulnerability assessment, where Orange Cyber Defense monitor an enterprise local area network or manage also a site. And then we can react if an attack is detected. We are in fact partnering with our wholesale customer to help them to enrich their own portfolio with a cybersecurity solution, which is very robust, very solid. This is also the reputation of Orange to be solid and to be very secure. And we have developed a large portfolio of services to be in this line and to get benefit of the legitimacy of Orange in the security area.
Okay, thank you. Jean-Louis, can you add something to that, please?
Yes, basically, we used to have quite, if I may say so, quite rigid networks with network services implemented in black boxes, with dedicated physical equipment for any service. And with this rigid architecture, it was difficult to adapt to new customer needs and to provide on-demand services. And now we are drastically transforming our network from this rigid architecture toward a fully flexible architecture, a simplified converged backbone, fully softwareized and automated. We call this network transformation engine that stands for New Generation International Network. And our objective is to bring a lot of flexibility and adaptability to our customers and their corporate customers. Our first major move is that we are going to combine our two international networks into a single one. Currently, we have two backbones. One supporting Orange Business Services traffic. This network benefits from a large footprint, but fairly low bandwidth compared to wholesale. And we have as well our internet backbone for wholesale customers this is a tier 1 internet backbone with a more restricted footprint, but huge bandwidth. By combining those two backbones, we will deliver the best of both worlds. High capillarity and very high bandwidth. And this combination of the two backbones will be effective end of this year in Asia and all over the world before the end of next year. Then the second move towards flexibility is around the network function virtualization, and much more recently also the network function containerization that allows for a strong separation between infrastructure layer and network service layer. This separation between infrastructure and services require what we call a IaaS, an infrastructure as a service solution with a large footprint. In Orange International Networks, we have already 30 SDN POPs over the world, and we are currently expanding to 100 POPs to get closer to the end customer. And our objective is simply to be at less than 10 milliseconds of 80% of our customers. And those SDN POPs, they are telco cloud solutions that will be hosting all our virtual network functions. And they are, of course, connected to our customers and to main cloud and content providers. We call those telco cloud POPs, those infrastructure as a service, next generation hubs. More and more network functions are available in a virtualized or containerized mode, and in Orange, we are currently progressively virtualizing all our network functions. This is already done for SD-WAN, for security services such as SSL, and for CDN. And we are going to expand. We will virtualize this year our 5G roaming solution as well as our voice over IP solution over the world. And this virtualization, believe me, brings a huge flexibility, elasticity, as well as cost efficiency, and it drastically reduces the time to deliver a service. For instance, when it takes months, sometimes 6 months, to deploy a bare metal legacy voice over IP physical POP, it takes a few minutes, really a few minutes, a few clicks to instantiate a virtual voice over IP POP over an SDN solution. And last but not least, our third move in this softwareization journey is on network automation, network APIization, and orchestration. Our target here is simply what we call zero-touch provisioning. That is relying only on automation tools for all network and service configuration. And we are pretty well advanced on backbone side with 75% of our configurations that are automated, and we target to reach that level for customer provisioning by end 2022. With this, we are, at the end of the day, transforming all our network services into, I would say, microservices that can be easily instantiated thanks to APIs. This network automation and network APIization is a prerequisite, a pillar for on-demand services. Then, with an orchestration layer, we are going to combine several components, and we can provide end-to-end on-demand services in real time. For instance, a customer may request for a service that is combining access, WAN, VNF hosting, cloud connectivity, and security. And this end-to-end service can be implemented very easily via an orchestration tool that will combine all those components. An important point to mention is that we are using our telco cloud POPs, our SDN POPs, for both our own telco services as well as for our B2B and wholesale customer services. So we are ensuring, I would say, externally to our customers, the same carrier-grade quality and availability we have for our core network services. As well, it is important to highlight that we are opening our SDN POPs to partners. Hence, we can combine at industry pace top vendor state-of-the-art software with, I would say, Orange operator added value on managing services for our customers, delivering them and guaranteeing best-in-class performance, flexibility, and security levels. In a nutshell, I would say that with those huge network evolutions, we are finally transforming our network into, if I may say so, a flexible Lego box. And with this, we are ready to adapt to any market evolution.
Wow, sounds absolutely exciting, Jean-Louis. Challenging, but very exciting. So that's really great news from Orange. Gentlemen, let me just quickly check if I see some questions here from the audience or from the chat box. I think it is, you have been fantastically clear, gentlemen. It has been really great fun talking to you. And for the people out there, we were talking about the latest in wholesale data connectivity to support the corporate market needs, which are high, and which means that we need to be fast in our target time to market. And Orange just mentioned to all of us out there that they are ready to it, and they're ready to serve you, and they're happy to serve you. So, gentlemen, with this, I would like to thank you very much for sharing your knowledge, sharing your expertise. François, merci.
Merci beaucoup. This has been a great occasion to speak to you and to the audience. Thank you for this seminar. A warm thank you to the Carrier community team to have organized this, and to you, Eric, as a master of ceremony. Thanks a lot. And I'm looking forward to meet you all physically very soon, as hopefully we will be able to travel again. Thank you.
Thank you very much, François. Jean-Louis, for you as well, big merci.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Well, welcome. Yes, it was a pleasure to share with all of you today.
Thank you, Jean-Louis. And David, last but not least, but big thanks to you, to the US.
Grand merci, Eric. It was great seeing you again. And yeah, hope to meet again face to face. And thanks for this webinar and inviting us on this forum. It's great.
Fantastic. It has been my and our honor to serve you. And ladies and gentlemen, I hope you really enjoyed this webinar, exclusively brought to you by and sponsored by Orange. And again, they're there to help you, and they're ready to help you. So with these last words, I would like to thank everybody in the audience. And again, a big thanks to Jean-Louis, David, and François, and from the Carrier community here in Lisbon, and the webinar around the world, and of course from Orange. Thank you so much. Ciao for now, and see you next time. Stay tuned.
Thank you, Eric. Dear all, we are at the end of this webinar session, and I would like to thank our panelists for sharing their knowledge and our audience for participating and listening. This panel will be soon available to watch on CC Media portal. We are looking forward to welcoming you in our both physical and virtual events this year. For more information, please visit our events portal. If you're interested in supporting and sponsoring one of our future branded webinars, contact CC team. For all updates and fresh content, follow us on our 4 social media channels. Also, subscribe to our Telegram news channel to receive exclusive invitations to our CC Webinar live sessions. Stay safe and healthy. Goodbye.